Welcome back, everybody, to the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here. We're going to be setting up on the kickoff to take on number 9 Texas A&M. Chris Dobzinski is going to kneel it down. Connor Weigman, the senior quarterback out of Texas, is still leading the Aggies. He's a 98 overall, right around 8 touchdowns, 1 interception on the year, right around 700 yards. They also have a mobile backup in Brandon Hill. Expect to see him in some packages to maybe run the ball a little bit more effectively and kind of cover up their lack of experience. They also have Le'Veon Moss, who's had a tough year, though, but still good production. 41, 268, 6.5 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and then Horn behind him with 41, 236, and 2 touchdowns. Brendan Horn, the sophomore, there as well. Then you see at the receiving side of things, they have senior Noah Thomas, leads the way with 19 catches, 232 yards, 4 touchdowns. Antonio Grant, 10, 105, and a couple of touchdowns as well. Defensively, they're very top-heavy. They've got some very good veterans, a couple juniors and seniors at linebacker and defensive lineman positions. This is not a team that you want to take on and you want to take on lightly, but thankfully for us, we have kind of started clicking these first few weeks of the season. We were able to take down Georgia last week. We were able to get our passing game going, and now we're going to look to keep that going. As you can see, Braden Davis going to start the day off, handing it off to Hammond, and he's got nothing on the ground. It's actually going to be a loss of 3, so 3rd and 13 now to start the day. Davis is going to run a play action. He wants to go deep across the middle, and it's caught. That is DJ Long, 15 yards and another first down for the Gamecocks starting the drive. In good fashion now, 1st and 10 go to Hammond on the inside zone. He's got some space, and he's quickly wrestled down after about 7 yards. Good job by Hammond to find the hole and run with it. Now Davis on 2nd and 3 goes underneath the Dobzinski, who cuts upfield, and he's got a big gain. Gets back on his feet, and now he's finally brought down, as he looked like he was going to go down, but he just got up and got a few more yards on 1st and 10, though. Braden Davis trying to get a little too, flashy with the play action. Walter Nolan comes in on the blind side. He didn't even have a chance to evade the pressure. And now they have a 3rd and 20. Can the Gamecocks pull it off? Braden Davis is out. It's going to be Johnny King running the screen. It's going to be a pass to Hammond, who's got 8 yards and no more. That's going to make it a 4th and 13. Hopefully Braden Davis can make it back in this game. I hope that injury was not very serious, as this kick is going to sail wide left, so Marcus Clark cannot get the field goal to go. And now the Bulldogs, playing the Bulldogs, what a coincidence. They're down to Mississippi State, 21-17. The Georgia Bulldogs are now looking to not go 0-2 in their last 2 weeks, as we also see Virginia Tech pulling off the upset over the Tigers. That one was a close one, 49-35. Clemson still having a tough time in this dynasty. 1st and 10 now is where we'll pick up for the Aggies. It's going to be a handoff to Moss. Weigman just lets him run it straight up the middle, and that's a 2-yard gain. Not much more for the Aggies now. 3rd and 8. Weigman wants to throw this time. Holds it, and he fires, and he's got Burke, who has to come back to it. And after all of that, he's just going to have a 2-yard gain. So he went from possibly a first down to not even getting close to the first down. So the Gamecocks will pick back up with Johnny King at quarterback. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 under pressure. Get rid of it, man, and he just barely does, as that one falls thankfully harmlessly to the ground. It was almost turned over there by Johnny King. 3rd and 8. They're going to go a simple screen, and Landon Sampson lit up the senior receiver. Stood no chance on that one. No good blocking. Nothing was set up correctly there. And the Aggies get the ball back. 1st and 10 for Moss on the outside. It's a stretch. He gets a good block on the edge. He's got it down the sideline, and it is right across the 50. Now down to about the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain. Good job by Le'Veon Moss. Follows his blockers. And there was one crucial block on the edge that just let him get right around the corner. So now they have a 1st and 10, right around 3 minutes remaining. Weigman's going to fake the handoff. Play action, looks to go deep. Instead, he tucks it and runs it. He's got some space, got some blocking. Emanwari brings him down, but Connor Weigman only is able to get the first down and a few more yards now, as they are inside the 30-yard line at around the 27, 2nd and 7. This one's going to be an option play. Nothing going. It's stuffed by the D lineman. Rory Patrick was there to get his first big impact play of the day. He has been so big for this Gamecocks defense, and he continues to come up in clutch moments. 3rd and 11 now. Out of the shotgun, Weigman wants to throw. Obviously, it's caught. Thomas has got it inside the 5, and it's a 1st and goal at the 2. Noah Thomas, a nice 31-yard gain on 3rd down. That's going to set them up 1st and goal inside Carolina territory. Moss gets it, stiff arms him, and it's a touchdown. He just went one-on-one with the defensive backs, or the linebacker there. I believe that was Vincent, and he just stuffed him at the goal line. So 1st and 10, Hammond's going to try and set some tempo for this Gamecocks offense. He's got a 13-yard gain. Johnny King remains in the game. We don't know exactly what's up with Braden Davis, so we're hoping that we'll get an update for that before the day ends. Johnny King wants to throw under pressure into coverage, and it's intercepted. That one was picked off by the safety, rushing down the sideline until he's brought down by the offensive lineman Archer right there inside Carolina territory. We are under a minute remaining, and the Aggies have a chance now to go up by 2 scores, whether 10-0 or 14-0. Weigman, play action, can't get it down too far, so he goes down to Brandon Horn, the backup running back. That's going to set them up 2nd and 5. Weigman under pressure. He is sacked. Brought down again. Rory Patrick making a play. Now you just have to get a stop on 3rd down. 3rd and 9. First play of the 2nd quarter. Weigman throws it into coverage. It's caught and dropped immediately as Jeff Brock, backup tight end. So the Aggies are going to have to settle for a field goal, as we will see Brandon Hammond, another nice run. He's got a block downfield, a pancake block, and that across midfield down to the 45, past the 35, and down at the 30. Brandon Hammond, a 45-yard run out of nowhere. Look at that block by Landon Sampson. He just leveled the safety or the defensive back out there. I mean, that was the guy that just got the interception, so he's probably a little angry. But still, setting up a 1st and 10. Johnny King under pressure, retreating, and he's sacked. That's just the inexperience right there. Johnny King, a big recruit coming in a few years ago, but that just showed how inexperienced he is in big moments. 2nd and 22, going for the big ball, and it's caught, and no one's going to catch him. It's Ty Monroe, the backup tight end. 42 yards. Him and Scott Hall have been fairly quiet today, but that one is a dagger in the hearts of these Aggie fans here at Williams-Brice Stadium. There's a few of them in the stands, but that one just took their hearts and showed them that we are not falling out of this game too easily, as the Aggies will get the ball back. 1st and 10 in the I formation. You don't see that very often. Going to be a pass as well. Weigman into coverage, and it's caught. That one was dangerously close to being intercepted. It's an 11-yard gain instead. 2nd and 9. Weigman wants to throw again out to the flats. Moss is lit up. Le'Veon Moss, he gets his revenge back as he stuffed that man earlier, and this time the linebacker brings him down. 3rd and 16. Le'Veon Moss can't get anything. A little draw play trying to get us off guard, and that one is going to set up a punt. They have 9 rushing plays, 8 passing plays, so fairly even so far for the Aggies offense. 4th and 15. It's a good punt. Deep inside Carolina territory. Chris Dobzinski's going to have a chance to return it, though. He's going to cut it to the outside, gets a block on the edge, makes a man miss. Chris Dobzinski cutting back inside. Nobody's going to stop him. And it's a touchdown return. 73 yards for the Gamecocks special teams unit. Chris Dobzinski, the first punt return or kick return touchdown we have had in a while. And that one was huge. A former 2-star receiver making plays here and late in his career on the Gamecocks, but on a 2nd and 2. The Aggies answer with a nice 18-yard run by Le'Veon Moss. He scampers across midfield as well. They are set up in Carolina territory. 2nd and 8 now. 14-10 is still your score after the punt return. Weigman, a little trick play, goes to the tight end, Jeff Brock, and he's going to be brought down after 1 yard. Don't know why you would run a jet sweep to your tight end, but that's an interesting call. 3rd and 7 goes to Noah Thomas, and he does not have the first down. Looked close to it, and they're going to punt it again. No, they're going to fake it. Nolan into coverage, and it's deflected, and it's down to the ground. Travis Nolan, the punter, decides to audible, and he decides to fake it. And the Aggies will not get the conversion, down by 4. They probably should have just punted that one with how their defense was playing. But Brandon Hammond now pulls out the spin move for 3 yards. He's going to get it to a 3rd and inches now as we are set up under the backfield. It's going to be a run. Hammond bounces off the first one, bounces off the second. And a tough run for 2 yards and a first down as we get down near the 2-minute mark. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Johnny King under pressure. Fumble! And the offensive lineman jumps on it. So the Gamecocks do not have to face their consequences there. Brandon Hammond now 3rd and 23, just rushing for 14 yards. As that one was a bit of a conservative play here for the Gamecocks. You don't want to give up a mistake and like turn the ball over and let the Aggies go down the field and score. So 30 seconds left before half. It's going to be a catch by Brock this time across the middle. Jeff Brock has 12 yards. They now have a 1st and 10. The clock, though, running down. Not much time left. Weigman, honestly, they might just let it go to 0. They are going to run one last play. It's going to be a nice little pass out to Antonio Grant, and that one does not go very far. We are now in the second half. The Aggies will start the second half back on the offensive side of things. It's a run to Moss. He's got 5 yards. And a 2nd and 5 set up for Texas A&M. Weigman wants to throw. He's going to run now. He's got a lot of space. Can they get to his ankles? No. Finally bringing him down is Jeff Clark. That is a big first down run for the Aggies. Weigman wants to throw this time. Again, got his man Thomas. Noah Thomas, the same route that scored him a touchdown earlier, sets them up inside the 25 now, or exactly on the 25-yard line. 2nd and 5, looking to throw. It's a pass to Burke. Burke can't get there. Otis Birdsong brings him down. And now, why did I say Otis? A Justin Birdsong. Now 3rd and 2. They're going to go off to Le'Veon Moss. He can't get it. Lawrence Vinson with a pancake tackle of the offensive lineman completely blows the play up. And now the Aggies settle for the field goal. It is up, and it is good. So that one is going to bring it back to a 1-point ball game as we see Ole Miss fighting with Vanderbilt. The Commodores are 3-0 on the year so far. They're looking to stay undefeated as they try to get a win over the Rebels, as we see Brandon Hammond nowhere to go on 2nd down. That's going to set up a 3rd and 9. So a 3rd and long here. Johnny King, play action, wants to throw under pressure, immediately launches it deep downfield, and it's caught! DJ Long with the catch. Beautiful play there by Johnny King, just showing great effort back there behind the line of scrimmage. He's getting hit as he lets go of that one, and still delivers a dot right on the money to DJ Long, who found his way open, and now it's a 1st and 10. Going to go to Scott Hall. He's got a lot of space. Can he get there? He's lit up, but he stays on his feet. Actually, the defensive back got hit harder than he did on that one, as we now have a 2nd and 3 inside the 15-yard line. Johnny King to the end zone. Corner, and it's caught. The other tight end, the first one, Scott Hall, snags it, gets about 2.5 feet in, and it's a touchdown for the Gamecocks. They're going to go up 21-13 now. Connor Wyman wants to throw underneath. Brandon Horn is there, but it is quickly brought down. 3rd and 12 now for the Aggies. Weigman, 1 of 6 on 3rd downs today. This one is a 3rd and long. Now it's going to be a pass, obviously. He wants to go deep downfield into the flats now, and it's caught, and it is dropped immediately. Chris Burke, 6 yards, no first downs. We're back on the field now, 2nd and 9. Johnny King wants to throw now. He's got a slant to Landon Sampson, who cuts outside. Landon Sampson, a race to the outside, to the 10, to the 5, down at about the 3-yard line. 56 yards for Landon Sampson, now 1st and goal. Johnny King to the screen, and it's nowhere. Brandon Robinson has been quiet today, as well as Landon Sampson until that last play, but now a 3rd and goal is where they set up. They're going to go to Brandon Hammond on the inside zone. Didn't take much effort there. They get right into the end zone. And now they are up 28-13. Texas A&M really needs something on this one. Weigman, play action, deep corner route. It's caught. Antonio Grant is flipped in the air, but he holds on to the ball. Now 2nd and 3. Under a minute remains in the 3rd quarter. Under center, Weigman pitching it out to Moss. Moss can't get the edge, and the cavalry arrives. He loses 4 yards. And now a 1 of 7 3rd down conversion rate is about to turn into 1 of 8, hopefully. 3rd and 7. Weigman wants to go. He's got it, and it's dropped by Grant. Antonio Grant, their leading receiver, drops the sure-handed 1st down as we see Brendan Hammond breaking a few tackles on that 1st down run of 5 yards, setting up Gamecocks with a new chains. Johnny King throws outside, and it's caught. Landon Sampson had to adjust to it a little bit, but still a 17-yard snag out of the air. 2nd and 3 now. Johnny King's going to go outside. Brendan Hammond can't get the 1st down. Initially, he's still brought down. Did a good job of breaking the tackles, but he still just couldn't get enough there. The blocking wasn't great enough, so now they have a 3rd and 1 with Ryan Clayton. The big backup there is going to get the 1st down. The speedy backup, I should say. Because now it is a 1st and 10. Johnny King, play action, rolling out of the pocket, relocating, and all kinds of field in front of him. Johnny King is definitely not a scrambler like Braden Davis, but man, if you're going to leave a quarterback with that much space, they pretty much have to run it. They're obliged to. They have to. There's nothing else they can do. As we now have a 2nd and 8, under 5.5 remains. Goes to Brendan Hammond on the corner there underneath. That's a 12-yard catch there. Gamecocks have a 1st and goal now. Johnny King hands it off to Clayton, and it's immediately a 4-yard loss. That one had no chance to go anywhere. 3rd and goal now. Johnny King under pressure immediately, going across the middle. Brandon Hammond bouncing off a few tacklers. There is a flag, though. They're going to call the Gamecocks for holding, but they decline it. And Marcus Clark steps up, and he hits the field goal. He is now 1 of 2. This one much shorter than the last one we had, but it sets us up 31-13 now. With about 4.5 remaining in this 4th quarter, you feel like the Gamecocks can kind of start to breathe a sigh of relief. It's going to take a miracle for the Aggies, and that one's a good start, though, for Chris Burke. 170 passing yards on the day for Connor Weigman. That one was a beauty, and a nice route ran by Burke there. Not a great route runner, but he did a good job there, as they now have a 1st and 10 under center. It's going to be bringing Antonio Grant in motion. Weigman wants to throw across the middle, and it's picked off. Spencer snags it out of the air. And that will probably be the dagger there for the Gamecocks defense, setting up the offense. Up 31-13, 3.5 minutes remaining. And now they can sit back and relax. A screenplay. Landon Sampson breaks the initial tackle. He's off to the races across the 40. That one, a little dangerous, honestly. It could have been intercepted, but now they have a 1st and 10 inside their own 40, make them at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 now. A screenplay the other direction. Brandon Robinson gets some nice blocking. He's fast. He's speedy. Across the 30, down to the 20. The last man brought him down after 38 yards. And now the Gamecocks have a chance. I mean, they really don't need to pile on here, but they could very easily strike again. And that big return or catch and run by Brandon Robinson sets the Gamecocks up inside Texas A&M's territory now. 1st and 10, Johnny King rolling out, dart to the outside, it's caught, and it's another touchdown. Landon Sampson. That one may have been the best throw we've seen from Johnny King all year long, or all career. That was a dot to Landon Sampson on the move too. And the Aggies have been shell-shocked. 38-13. At one point, the score was 14-13. That one was dangerous to being or close to being intercepted as well. 2nd and 10 now. Weigman, a little trick play. Again, this one's to Brock. Last time it didn't work. This time, works a little bit better. He's got 7 yards, and this clock continues to tick down. 1 of 8 on 3rd downs. Trying to make it 1 of 9. Again, 3rd and 3. Under center, wants to throw. Underneath, can't get anything, but he does just barely get through, and close to being a late hit there on Donovan Westmoreland. Now 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Weigman under pressure. You're not escaping that, man. Rory Patrick brings them down. They are 2 of 9 now on 3rd downs as they face a 3rd and 14. Weigman wants to throw, steps up, under pressure again. And who else would it be? This time it was Justin Malone as the Gamecocks take over under a minute now. Just going to run the clock down. Ryan Clayton, a nice inside zone. Breaking tackles. Oh, he almost broke free and took that one to the house now as they have a 1st and 10. Trying to get revenge on the Aggies for an upset a few years ago. Ryan Clayton racing to the outside, gets the edge inside Aggie territory. A 29-yard run. That one was not what I expected to happen on that play. I expected about a 2 or 3-yard run. Instead, the Gamecocks answer again with a big run. 2nd and 5 now. Bill Benson's going to get this one. He's got a 1st down inside the 10. As we will probably just let this clock run down, I imagine, as they're going to, just take a step to the line. This one's over with. 38-13, the 6th-ranked Gamecocks take down the 9th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. This one, it was close for a while, but the Aggies just were absolutely shell-shocked at that second-half performance. Braden Davis, unfortunately, could not return to the game after just 3 attempts. But Johnny King held his own, the sophomore, 91 overall, 292, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Didn't harm him that Brandon Hammond had himself a great game. 19, 115, and 1 touchdown. Ryan Clayton as well, 6 for 53. Landon Sampson, 6 for 111 and a touchdown. Everybody else participated as well. Scott Hall and Ty Monroe both added the other 2 receiving touchdowns through the air there. As this was just a great game to show this offense off and to show what we're capable of. Because really the Aggies, besides that first quarter, they couldn't stop us on offense. Lawrence Vinson got embarrassed and stiff-armed, but as a redshirt freshman, he bounced back and had a great game. 9 tackles, 3 for loss. We also saw a couple other guys with sacks. Rory Patrick had 2. Justin Wilson had 1. We saw Steve Spencer, the junior cornerback, hasn't got much playing time, but he's played a little bit more this year. He had the 1 interception. Unfortunately, he returned it for -2 yards. But as far as the Aggies go, Connor Wyman, 18 of 22, 185 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was fine. Not really good, I wouldn't say. Not really terrible, but it didn't help him that his running game was non-existent. 14 of 54. Noah Thomas, 5 for 81, and no touchdowns there for any receiver. They really struggled to get going offensively. Led on defense by senior strong safety Bryce Anderson. He had 7 tackles, 1 for loss. A couple guys had sacks. We saw Shelton Jones with the 1 interception. And so far now, the Gamecocks, after winning that game against the Aggies, get a bye week, and they come in ranked number 4 as they are preparing to take on Kentucky. They're behind Oklahoma, who once again appears to be ready for a national championship type matchup against the Gamecocks. But the Sooners have to take on the 12th-ranked Buckeyes this week. That is going to be a big matchup there as we see Texas A&M. They fell a few spots down to 14, and now they got to win. They get balanced back up to 10. And you can see Vanderbilt jumps into the top 25 as well as Tennessee. So 2 teams that had perennially struggled in this dynasty are kind of balancing out this year and playing really well. Unfortunately for them, they both have to take on top-ranked teams. Tennessee takes on Georgia next episode, and Vanderbilt takes on the 6th-ranked Missouri Tigers. So the schedule is not getting any easier. It's not going to get any better for us. We're going to have to keep fighting hard, and we're going to have to keep fighting every week because besides this week against Kentucky, it's going to be really tough. I mean, we are going to have ranked matchup after ranked matchup, honestly, and I just don't know how well this team is going to perform in those many back-to-back matchups. But so far, we still have to get past this 1-3 Kentucky team. You know, they've struggled on the season so far, but you don't want to underestimate them. They have a really good rushing defense or offense compared to ours. Our passing defense hasn't been completely terrible. That's the surprising part. Turnover differential could be better. We're -2 still, number 88. But, you know, we'll hopefully be getting Braden Davis back. Elijah Herring is struggling, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So Kentucky just hasn't played well this season. They played a few ranked matchups, but still, I mean, lost to Colorado State, or win against Colorado State, lose to Louisiana, lose to Oklahoma, lose to Florida. They're on a tough 3-game losing streak. So they're going to be coming for blood, and I hope you guys will look forward to that episode. As always, See you next time. Hit the like button, subscribe, and everybody have a great rest of their day. Adios.